Okay, here's a short video on pointers and arrays, and this is where it begins to become interesting about pointers, in that we begin to understand that using a pointer and using an array are actually quite similar. And so let's dive into it. So you see in line 2, I've defined and initialized an array of 5 elements called numbers, and it holds 8-bit unsigned integers, and the values are 0 through 4. I've also defined using the dereferencing operator of star, I've created a pointer to numbers called p underscore numbers. And then I've changed the value of numbers to the fourth element to 33, and then I set p numbers equals to numbers. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Notice that numbers on the right-hand side does not have an ampersand. And that is because when you're using an array, you're actually getting the address of that array, particularly or specifically when you use it without a subscript. When you use it with a subscript, you're going to be getting the value at that address. When you use it without a subscript, you get the address. And so you set p numbers equal to numbers, and that indicates or helps you understand that a pointer and an array are very similar, if not the same. So then if you go into the print statement, and you can see what is being printed out, particularly in line 12 and 13, you can see that first I call out the value of I, which is address blank, it's the subscript. Then I say there's 2 ways to reference that address. I could either say p numbers, and then as I go through the loop, I simply increment the pointer, and so it continues to go through. Or I can use the address of and use the array subscripting. Both of those are the same, and you can see that it delivers the same address value in the print statement. And then there's 2 ways to reference the values themselves. I can use the dereferencing, so I can say star pointer, which dereferences the pointer and provides us the value, what is at that address. Or I can use the array subscripting. And you can see that those are the same. And so you can see how similar pointers and arrays are, and sometimes it might be more valuable or easier to deal with an array using a pointer than it would be using the array itself.